Hi everyone, you will learn with this video how to play Texas Hold'em poker. This game is a popular variation of standard poker, means for 2 to 9 players. The dealer will deal one card face down to the player to his left and continue clockwise until all players have 2 cards face down in front of them. These cards are called the hole cards. Firstly, I will explain simply. I'm opening 3 cards on the table. The important thing is that your hand is how similar is it to the table. For now, assume all players have chips on front of them. The first player doesn't have a similar card. The second one doesn't have two, and yes, there is a similar card in the third player. He can make the triple with 6. Although the rules and gameplay remain mostly the same, the end goal is slightly different depending on if you are playing a cash game or a tournament. If anyone has no similar card, the biggest card wins. If third player had not 6, the player with the largest sum of cards in hand with the cards on the table wins. But third player has 6, so he is advantageous. Normally, after 3 cards is opened, bets are increased from the first player, but because first and second player have no similar cards, they don't raise bets. For example, third player bets 300 pots and first and second player flat. Let's open a new card. Yes, there is no similar yet. One more card. Okay, on this stage, third player can 3 of a kind with 6 and he won. When he combined the 5 cards on the ground with the cards in his hand looks like this. It's called full house. The full house is mainly 3 cards of one denomination and 2 cards of another denomination. So the third player won. Okay. Let's look at the hierarchy between hands. Let's open random 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. And I have 9 and king. Since kings are similar, I can one pair, because the first and second player have no similar cards. They have no advantages. Let's begin by looking at the weakest Hold'em hands and moving up to the best possible hands. The worst are high card hands that don't make a pair, even when community cards are taken into account. All 5 cards of different rank and a variety of suits. One pair occurs 2 cards of the same denomination and 3 unmatched cards. 2 pairs is 2 sets of 2 cards of the same denomination and any 5th card. Of course, 2 pair bigger than 1 pair. Don't bluff too much. It's true that the bluffing is an important part of every poker game, but doing it too much is one of the biggest mistakes never players make. Sometimes 2 players can make 2 pairs at the same time. For example, the opponent has king and 9. I have an ace and 4. Okay. In this case, the winner is first player because he has ace card. Last of all, in case of equality, big cards wins. By the way, don't play unless you think you have a chance of winning. Good poker players usually play only 20–25% of the hands they are dealt. So keep this in mind if you feel like you are not playing enough. The next one, 3 of a kind. 3 cards of the same denomination and 2 unmatched cards. Third player has 2 9 points now. Second player has 4 and 8 points. And on the table, Ace, 9, King, 8 and 4. So, third one has 3 pairs, second one has 2 pairs. Of course, the third player won. The next hand is straight. Straight is 5 cards in sequence of any street. You can see 10, 9, 8, 7 and 6. Yes, it is straight and it's really good hand. Okay. Let's show new hand. It's called flush. Flush is 5 cards all of the same suit. Let's show it. There are 4 diamonds cards on the second player can straight hand, but third player has 5 diamonds cards, so he made flush, and third one won. The next hand is full house. Full house is 3 cards of the denomination and 2 cards of another denomination. By the way, sometimes 2 players can make flush at the same time. Yes, you can see it on the table, but the opponent has not only flush but also straight hand, and the next hand is full house. Full house is 3 cards of the denomination and 2 cards of another denomination. By the way, sometimes 2 players can make flush at the same time. You can see it's on the table, but the opponent has not only flush but also straight hand, and so he wins. Yes, the opponent wins. Okay, let's turn full house. The opponent has 5 diamonds cards, so he made flush, but I have 3 cards of diamonds and 2 cards of heart. So I made flush. Of course, I won. On the other hand, you should pay attention to other players. Good poker players watch others even when sitting out a hand. And the next hand is 4 of a kind. There is 5 cards on the table. Okay, let's show it. Let's show them. I have 2 kings and the opponent has 2 jacks. The opponent made full house, 3 jacks and 2 kings, but I have 4 kings so I won. Okay. And next one is straight flush. It's a last hand. Straight flush is 5 cards in sequence, all of the same suit. For example, there is 5 cards on the table. I have 2 diamonds cards, 7 and 10. Okay. Seven and 10. The opponent has 2 jacks, first jack and 2 jack. Okay, the opponent has 2 jacks. He made 4 of a kind, but so sorry, I won because I made straight flush. Yes, you can see it. Okay.